I'm going to be a boogie woman. I have few aces in my pocket, and you don't play with me. Because you don't wanna to meet a boogie woman.
Good, how are you?
Cuckoo. And I have a surprise for you guys. I have a few surprises for you guys. I have a surprise for her. Boogie woman is coming for you, Rose! She doesn't know what's coming. And she doesn't know what's coming!
And she doesn't know what's coming!
Believe me? Believe me! Don't blink! Just tell her. Boogie woman is... That I'm ready.
Hello, I'm Cavassier, the goddamn newt. Welcome to part 3 of the series featuring Joanna Jedrzejczyk and Rose Namajunas. In the first 2 episodes, we looked at the psychological arc of the promotional build-up between these two for UFC 217. Links in the description below. In this episode, we'll take a close look at Joanna's use of the Boogeywoman persona. It had a lot of people scratching their heads. Let's see if we can make some sense of it.
But Rose, she doesn't know what's coming, you know? And I'm going to be a boogie woman tomorrow, so she doesn't know what's coming. But believe me, that I have a surprise for her.
During the promotion of UFC 217, Joanna Jedrzejczyk added a peculiar new wrinkle to her psychological playbook. She began talking up the Boogeywoman, telling anyone who would listen the Boogeywoman was coming for Rose.
Boogeywoman is coming for you, Rose!
Paradoxically, Joanna would then claim it was a surprise, and Rose didn't know it was coming.
And she doesn't know what's coming!
Joanna is known for her unique approach to stare-downs. She crouches down, then creeps up, like she might crawl right through your nose and into your brain. Alien indeed. This is something she's done since early in her career. Joanna has a reputation for being tough-minded but respectful. She's also known for the little gifts she presents at face-offs. There was something different about the build-up for UFC 217 and her bout with Rose Namajunas.
And I have a surprise for you guys. I have a few surprises for you guys. I have a surprise for her.
A surprise for Rose? A surprise for the fans.
Boogeywoman is coming for you, Rose!
The Boogeywoman, ladies and gentlemen!
Joe proclaims Joanna the Boogeywoman. Wrong. Joanna isn't the Boogeywoman. Not yet. She's telling us she will become the Boogeywoman the night of the fight. It may sound like a distinction without a difference, but it's not.
And I'm going to be a boogie woman tomorrow, so she doesn't know what's coming.
When Joanna mentions the Boogeywoman, she's making an invocation, an article of faith that she will experience a transformation the night of the fight that will allow her to transcend innate limitations.
I want to build my legacy, and I want to follow Ronda, you know, she's an icon.
Joanna is a planner. She's a goal setter. She's the kind of person who sees opportunity where the middling and cynical bemoan the injustice of a world where hard work, imagination, and risk get the majority of the rewards.
She doesn't have to fight anymore if she doesn't wanna. She has like few movies in line, so she's good.
It makes sense she would want to emulate Ronda. Coming into UFC 217, Joanna was undefeated and 1 win away from tying Ronda's title defense record. Joanna has a vision for her career and a plan to achieve it.
It's more about my legacy. It's all about staying undefeated.
It's about legacy and maximizing her opportunities.
We heard about the new flyweight division, so maybe next year I will face some 125er and maybe I will fight for the second belt.
Joanna looked around and she saw she'd already achieved more in the UFC than all but a handful of fighters.
I want to be like Conor McGregor.
Joanna wants to follow McGregor's example of hard work, passion, and big challenges.
I like to challenge myself, and definitely Conor is a simple example of hard work, passion, and big challenges. So I want to reach that as well. I want to be the champion in 2 different divisions.
You can see Joanna's face brighten when she talks of big challenges. This is key to making it to the next level, to becoming a damn superstar. It's time to take her place alongside the best and most successful in the game. Joanna's willing to take risks in order to achieve the biggest rewards. What self-respecting athlete would want to be remembered as a world-class fighter who always played it safe? Though it should be noted, once self-respect isn't an issue, it's that much easier to grow your retirement fund, e-begging 9-year-olds $5 at a time.
Jesus Christ.
Joanna is extremely deliberate and detail-oriented. She looks for any tweak that might create an advantage or opportunity. We see this in her technical approach to fighting, also how she guides her career. Despite winning the UFC Strawweight belt, many fans and even media members still had difficulty pronouncing Joanna's last name.
Can you just pronounce your name exactly?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's typical Polish Jedrzejczyk. Jedrzejczyk.
Rather than cop an attitude, she called herself Joanna Champion and encouraged everyone to do the same.
It's so hard to spell her name that people just call her Joanna Champion. They don't even try with her last name because it's like a J and then a Z and then an E and then some letters that don't even exist in the English language.
By doing this, she helped the media and fans feel comfortable talking about her while directly branding herself as a champion. To become successful at anything competitive, there'll be times that you know what the next step is, but you're not sure if you can do it. This is where self-belief can get you over the hump. But at the very top, the most elite level, having faith in yourself no longer closes the gap. You must actually possess the attributes required, or you will fail. After winning 6 UFC titles en route to compiling a perfect 14-0 career record, Joanna Jedrzejczyk woke to find herself living in a world bereft of criticism. This is a strange occurrence. The best athletes have always had critics. Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Tom Brady, or Muhammad Ali each had their strengths, but inevitably, there were weaknesses.
I think Joanna has better striking in mixed martial arts than Wonderboy does.
Man, Joanna, man, she's a beast.
For some reason, the MMA media couldn't bring themselves to mention a single flaw in Joanna's game.
Joanna's a scary, scary woman.
Well, Joanna's striking, would you say,
it's the best in UFC.
as in just flat out, right? Like technically
I
and
think
stuff?
so.
Joanna for sure. She's a killer.
Joanna was repeatedly called the best striker in all of MMA.
There's this little Polish girl named Joanna who is an absolute savage.
Before she ever got into MMA, she was one of the best strikers on the planet.
One of the best strikers in the game, period, has vaulted to superstardom.
She sat on top of the pound-for-pound lists.
If you saw her hit mitts on Instagram, you're like, Jesus Christ, she's scary, man.
Honey Badger don't care. Honey Badger don't give a shit. It just takes what it wants. Whenever it's hungry, it just, ew, and it eats snakes. It's pretty badass.
She could climb no higher until a cadre of the speech pathologized dubbed her Joanna Violence, miscategorizing her in kind, not degree.
Savage.
Indicative of the myth-making going on, one chucklehead explained Joanna's style was sprawl and brawl, just like that Chuck Liddell. That is, if Liddell was better at that punchy face part. Joanna is a truly elite MMA fighter. She could easily redeem herself in the rematch against Rose and go on to be the female GOAT. Though Joanna is a technically sound fighter, she doesn't threaten power with her hands or her kicks. The second coming of Chuck Liddell indeed. Instead of producing insight about Joanna's incredible talents, the LARPers scribble sentiments like this. Joanna kept her violent instincts constrained within a rigid structure of her game plan. She found ways to deliver brutal punishment. Constrained, rigid structure, violent and brutal punishment? Sorry there, yelled James. Stop generating adjectives with your 20-sided die.
After this fight, you will respect me more than you can even imagine.
Joanna succumbed to the hyperbolic narrative generated by the UFC and media miscasting her as a violent and destructive force in the octagon. Combining the Joanna violence narrative with her desire to emulate Ronda and Conor, Jedrzejczyk discovered the missing element needed to make her a superstar. She must start producing finishes definitively. Pay-per-view stars finish fights. Conor, Ronda, John Jones, Anderson Silva, hell, Francis Ngannou was a flush shot from becoming the next biggest draw. For Joanna, the finish became a necessity, which created a problem. As great of a striker as she is, Joanna knows she's not a knockout artist. An absolute need for an unattainable performance generated cognitive dissonance. Joanna's Boogeywoman was born to obviate the resulting cognitive dissonance. It would come to her subconsciously, like a dream where ideas come to mind, but you don't knowingly control the thoughts which bring them to rise. When self-belief doesn't suffice, something else must close the gap. Joanna's invocation of the Boogeywoman staunched the difficulty and doubt she must have felt. The idea of the Boogeywoman instantiated itself in Joanna's mind like an article of faith. She didn't know how it was going to work, only that it would. After all, doesn't McGregor simply see things and they come true? Connor just touches guys and they drop like he's the goddamn Benny Hinn of MMA.
Ain't nothing like a good knockout.
While Joanna's Boogeywoman may seem strange, it's not psychologically unusual, not considering she's a world-class athlete and an absolute genius at making continual, incremental improvements at everything she does. The very highest levels of achievement always seem to have a bit of the supernatural about them. What odd thoughts haunted Roger Bannister's mind? Or Don Larson? Bo Jackson? To do the unthinkable, perhaps you must release your grip on what's most rational and allow your faith to become visceral. Joanna strove to accomplish the highest goal she could imagine. She gave all she had, but fell short in the gap. I can't condemn her for that. One thing about falling, you get to start again with your feet on the ground. And a Joanna Jedrzejczyk grounded in the truth of her skills is a most worthy challenger for Namajunas and the belt. Well, that's what I see. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe to support this channel. Remember, this isn't supposed to be easy.